Hello all, my name is Damar Setiawan with name J1E020014, and in this video I will present you about the article speech events written by Ai Aye, taken from the International Journal of Trend in Scientific Research and Development, Volume 3, Issue number 6, issued on October 20, 2019. The speech event may be defined as a piece of linguistic interaction, a communication happening consisting of one or more utterances. For example, the kind of exchange which takes place between a traveler and a ticket collector is a speech event, as are lengthier exchange, such as that between a door-to-door salesman and his prospective customer, and that between two housewives gossiping over the garden wall. The speech event will be studied with its constituent factors. The most obvious constituents of a speech event are as follows. The first one, addresser and addressee. Second, message form. The third, channel. The fourth, setting. The fifth, topic. And lastly, the sixth, code. I'll start from the first, addresser and addressee. From an analysis of a speech event, there must be at least two participants, the I and you, or a speaker and a hearer, or the addresser and the addressee. The addresser is the one who sends a message, and the addressee is the one who received the message. Both addresser and addressee may be singular or plural, so the speech event may take place. For a second, message. A message is something that the addresser sends to the addressee. What is conveyed in speech or writing from one person to one or more other people. The message may not always be stated in verbal form, but be conveyed by other means, such as gestures. According to the situation, the same message can be communicated in a variety of different ways. If it is extensive, we may have to shorten. If it's formal, we will select a different set of words. Next, channel. Another constituent factor in speech events is channel, through which a message is conveyed. For communication to take place, contact must be established between the addresser and the addressee. Just the physical nearness of two people does not establish a speech situation. So to get attention of people, a channel of communication must be opened and also maintained with our perceiving sense, such as hearing, auditory, sight or visual, hearing plus sight or audiovisual, and touching or tactile. The next is setting. The time and place of a speech event is called the setting. For example, a conversation can take place in a classroom, a garden, a church, and it can take place at any hour of the day. The setting of a speech event may have an effect on what is said. Conversation or communication between people does not take place in a vacuum, but at a particular time and place, in a physical and temporal setting. They may be in a crowd or alone, among friends or strangers, in a street or court. All these factors may play a part in what goes on the conversation. Next is topic. Topic is what is talked or written about. In different speech communities, there are different rules about what topics that may or may not be discussed. For example, in some communities, illness, death, and a person's age may be considered unsuitable topics for conversation. There is always something about a prepositional element or topic in an utterance, so the topic is an important element in the speech situation. And for the last is code. Any system of signals can be used for sending message. A natural language is an example of a code, as are more code Braille and sign language. We may not be able to communicate with another person if we do not share the same set of code for verbal conversations, or if we have no linguistic code in common. The paralinguistic code is, to some degree at least, known to both addresser and the addressee. Although the factors are separated, they are interrelate in complex ways in particular speech events. The setting code and topic are often interrelated. For example, there are certain topics of conversation which are not suitable during meal times. Sometimes, setting relates to code in bilingual situations. For example, in the Middle Age, theological matters were discussed in Latin, though they used their own language in other communication. And that's the material in this Journal of the Speech Event written by AI. Thank you for listening, and thank you.